Chicago police mourn loss of Officer Krystal Rivera. Chicago, WGN. Local law enforcement turned out in large numbers at the 6th Police District Wednesday to show support for the Chicago Police Department after Officer Krystal Rivera died after being accidentally shot and killed by another officer. The shooting happened after a chase where one of the suspects allegedly pulled a gun on the officers. Rivera, 36, was a 4-year veteran of the CPD and was killed after another officer unintentionally shot her during a call for service on the South Side. She is the third officer the 6th Police District has lost in the last year. This isn't a result of just us, but a result of what your daughter, your mom, your sister meant to the city of Chicago, meant to this district, 6th District Samder. Michael Tate said to Rivera's family, "She was really a part of our family." To my right, all the officers with the t-shirts on are all her teammates, and we're all still trying, just like you, just figuring this whole thing out. Rivera was part of the 6th District Tactical Team and worked to make the streets of Chicago safer. She was a mother and friend to many, and a protector to countless strangers. I think it's important to have this. For the officers, it's a tough hit. This is especially a tough hit. I think people in this city like the police, and I think police in this city get along with the community. But I came here for support for the guys and girls who work here. And like I said, this is a tough hit, and everybody needs to come together, retired CPD officer Joey Battaglia said. The poles and trees outside of the 6th District Station have been decorated with blue ribbons in Rivera's honor. The ribbons were put up by volunteers with Light the Line. Father Michael Flegger of Street Sabina Church also had a message for the police officers. You are not simply our police officers. You are not simply law enforcement. You are sisters and our brothers. You are friends and you are family, and when you hurt, we hurt, he said. The toll of losing somebody is great and is real. Grief is real. Don't be afraid to process it and acknowledge it, to embrace it, but don't park yourself there. The city of Chicago is heavy with grief today as the department mourns the unimaginable loss of Officer Krystal Rivera, a woman whose service, compassion, and remarkable resolve made her a cherished colleague, a community leader, and a guardian angel for countless people. Officer Rivera, 29, was a proud, devoted member of the Chicago Police Department. She fell in the line of duty late last weekend while serving her city, a place she called home and a community she fought hard every day to keep safe. Her death has rippled through the department, touching the hearts of officers, civilians, and civic leaders alike. The badge she wore wasn't just a piece of metal. It represented her promises, her sacrifices, and her deep-rooted love for the people of Chicago. A rising star among her peers. Krystal Rivera was more than just a police officer. She was a shining example of what service to the community should be. From a young age, Rivera felt a powerful calling to help people. Her neighbors remember her organizing food drives for the less fortunate and mentoring children in her neighborhood. It seemed only natural when, upon turning 21, she entered the academy and made her lifelong dream a reality, wearing the uniform of the Chicago Police Department. From the moment she walked into the academy, Rivera stood out. Her discipline, maturity, and ability to connect with people were immediately recognized by her instructors and fellow recruits. She graduated near the top of her class, already a leader in the making. Shortly afterwards, she was assigned to the 14th District, a bustling neighborhood where her strong people skills made a dramatic, positive impact. Serving with honor and compassion. For Officer Rivera, wearing the badge wasn't about power. It was about service, pure and simple. She treated everyone she came across with dignity and fairness, regardless of their circumstance. Whether it was a young person strayed from their path, a victim needing a kind voice, or a fellow officer battling stress. Rivera was there. Colleagues say Rivera made it a habit to check in on her fellow officers' well-being, offering a listening ear or a motivational pep talk when the pressures of the job seemed overwhelming. Krystal was the kind of person who made you remember you were more than a badge. You were a human first, a person with a family, a future, and a community who depends on you. Officer James Peterson, her longtime partner, said in a touching testimony. The final call. The incident that tragically took Officer Rivera's life unfolded late last weekend when a routine call for backup turned into a showdown that no one expected. Rivera responded alongside her fellow officers to a reported disturbance in the West Side, a neighborhood where she had previously gone above and beyond to connect with at-risk youth and help foster peace. As the officers arrived on the scene, the situation escalated quickly. An armed suspect opened fire without warning. Rivera was struck by a single shot while protecting civilians and her fellow officers. The department rushed her to the hospital immediately, but despite the best efforts of doctors and first responders, Officer Rivera passed away from her injuries a few hours later. The Brotherhood grieves. Today, the department finds itself in a state of deep shock and disbelief. The blue flags fly at half staff in her honor. The stations are filled with flowers, notes, and tokens of remembrance, small expressions of love and appreciation from a community that recognized a remarkable soul. Hundreds of officers, alongside city officials and ordinary citizens, gathered at the 14th District to pay their respects. Some knelt in silence, others fell into the comforting embrace of their fellow officers. The feeling was universal, a profound communal agony that a future filled with service and hope had been cut tragically short. Ripple effects in the community. Krystal Rivera's death underscores not just the danger that police officers face every day, but also the deep bond between the department and the community it serves. Leaders from civic organizations, churches, and neighborhood groups all spoke passionately about her sacrifice. A young woman who chose service over ease, compassion over conflict, and peace over aggression. Officer Rivera wasn't just a cop, she was a guardian. She kept us safe, but more than that, she listened to us, understood us, and treated us with dignity and fairness. We will miss her profoundly, and we will honor her by making sure her legacy lives on in the values we hold and the future we pursue together. Maria Lopez, a community leader who frequently teamed up with Rivera on youth initiatives. A legacy that will endure. In the years to come, Officer Rivera's sacrifice will not be forgotten. The department plans to establish a community center in her name, a place where children and young adults can find refuge, education, and hope. The center will serve as a permanent memorial to a woman who believed in the power of community policing and the ability to bring about peace through understanding and compassion. Additionally, the department is considering creating a scholarship fund in her honor to help young people pursue education and a career in service, following in her remarkable path. A final farewell. As the city prepares to lay Officer Krystal Rivera to rest, the department, her family, and her friends find peace in the knowledge that her service made a difference. The people whose lives she touched will carry forward her compassion, her resolve, and her legacy of service. Her fellow officers will remember her not just as a colleague, but as a friend, a role model, and a guardian angel who walked amongst them. The city will remember her as a symbol of unity, sacrifice, and hope. A young woman who made the ultimate sacrifice in the service of the greatest good. Conclusion. Krystal Rivera's story is not just a tragedy, it's a powerful legacy. Her years were few, but her impact was enormous. She lived a life of service, compassion, and resolve, qualities that made her a remarkable police officer and a cherished person in the community. Her death leaves a deep void, but her spirit will continue to inspire future generations of officers and civilians alike. As the department mourns, the city reflects, and her family finds peace in her memory. Officer Krystal Rivera's sacrifice underscores the true cost of protecting and serving, and the remarkable character of those who choose this path. Her badge may be gone, but her legacy will live on in the hearts of all who were fortunate enough to know her.